pre-season. Here they come, the officials, now led out by Nigel Owen, assisted by Harry Walker and Ben Sweeney for the second of the Bulls pre-season friendlies. And the visitors this evening are Dorking Wanderers. Well, a bit of a story for them. They're looking to really go on in terms of their climb up the pyramid of football and through the tiers, and it's being led by their owner-manager, Mark White. Well, the Bulls get a chance to bounce back this evening from the defeat at home last Saturday, where they were beaten comfortably by 5-1 against Dulwich. Well, it's a good sunny evening here. It's the kind of evening where you're probably watching this maybe from home, maybe down the pub, and maybe you've got a little cold drink and maybe a little snack in the flavour of some cheese and onion crisps to go with. Well, as you watch on and we bring this to you live, it's a chance for the Bulls again to work out exactly what their best side looks like before the season kicks off proper. And we know now, don't we, that on the 8th of August, the Bulls in Isthmian Division 1 South Central will go to Harrow Borough for their first league game on Saturday, the 8th of August. So a few weeks to go yet before that. But tonight, the visitors, the Wanderers of Dorking, will be another stern test for this Jersey Bulls side. In goal this evening, Piers Roche. We expect the back four of Jay Giles, Harry Curtis, James Kerry and Johnny Lacane. A midfield of Mo Jama, Jack Lumsden and Toby Ritzema, and a front three of Sammy Henia-Kamau, James Carr and Daryl Mavala. On the bench are Harry Gladys, Jamie Watling wearing 5, Shawnee McColgan, Casey Nixon, Harry McKenzie, Francis Lekimamati, and the man for the moment, as always, Fraser Barlow. Well, for the visitors, a strong side. We'll see what exactly they do, how they rotate. They've got a strong squad as well this evening. Now, again, the viewing tonight will come from the far side, the dugout side, so if there's any language, we apologise for that. That might not be suitable for viewers at this time of the evening. But it's going to be kicking off for the first half. It's Dorking Wanderers and it's Jersey Bulls. And for the second time this season, the second pre-season friendly, we're underway. Early touch there for Pybus. As Daryl Mavala will lead the line again. Looks like we've got James Carr on that right-hand side, the position he held last week. And chance maybe for Toby Ritzema to get forward as well. And Mo Jama starting a game as Sammy Henia-Kamau tries an early challenge and gives away the free kick there. Foul on Charlie Sayers. Quickly taken. Ball out on this near side. Back to Sayers. They're just working across the back here, just getting used to the surroundings this evening. Down the line, first ball here into the feet there, but closed down as Wood tries to make a bit of earn it. Jama, a new signing. Sammy Henia-Kamau, not a new signing, but someone back in Bulls colours, hopefully for the season. Ball goes out far side. They just knock it out. Because the Bulls needing tonight to just perhaps find a way to get on the score sheet early. I'm trying to subdue this Dorking side. Looking pretty composed, pretty calm on the ball at the moment as they just play it around at the back. And a first touch for Glenn Morris. Sayers again getting plenty of action early on. You can hear the Bulls bench about instructions, stay close. Well, trying to break it up there, but he won't get there. Will Ritzema. And here come it's Josh Barrett wearing 39. Back to Sayers, taking their time again here, just threading the ball around nicely on this near side to Wood. Sayers clips it forward. Well, it looks like a foul there on Curtis. Referee doesn't seem to give it. Looked like a chest, hand to chest there, pushing Curtis down, but nothing doing. And that was Nick Hadge there in the mixer, wearing 9 this evening for the visitors. And plenty in the bullpen there. They've got some liquid refreshment. Can't see any crisps though, can't see. Maybe a little bit of smoky bacon, something like that. Well, foul there. But it is a night to just have a nice little cold beer and something to nibble on. Well, pretty combative early start there. The Bulls certainly feeling the heat coming from the visitors from Dorking. It's a free kick on this near side. Looks like it's going to be going across to pick this one up. It's Barrett. taking his time over this free kick. Looks to play this ball in, hits the wall, does half a job. Picked up though, Nikad, shot comes in, Pybus sending it flying high, taking off and going out of Springfield Stadium. Dan Garton there, showing us his skills as he puts in a replacement ball for Piers Roche, who gets a touch. Again, deputising for Ewan van der Vliet. And Harry Gladish is the backup keeper this evening. Whether we'll see him maybe get a few minutes, second half. Heavy challenge coming in there by Barrett. And then Lumsden can't be playing it back. A few in round the grandstanding room pretty much at the moment. Nice touch there for Henia Kamau. Sorry for Jay Giles, had a really good game last Saturday. Working hard again, but that ball's a little bit short, but Roche is there. And a chance maybe to get in. Can he get there first, Mavalo? Not before Morris is out off the line. And a solid header back from Curtis, flicked on by Henia Kamau. Doesn't reach its target. Jama goes down. Well, we called him T20 last week, but he's now officially a Bulls player. No Jama sitting in that midfield. Of course, a midfield that's at the moment bereft of Trotter and Watson. Ritson are trying to get the better there of Philpott, but Bulls managed to win the throw-in. A frenetic start here. Jay Giles, Mavalo, nice touch. Back to Jama, played short ball. The Bulls just looking to put a few passes together here. Back he goes again. Jama's being forced back, has to probably go back to Roche, he does. A little bit of a slice there for Piers Roche, but Jay Giles desperately trying to keep it in. Can't do so. Familiar face in the Dorking Wanderers. Dugout there. Former manager of Red Hill, of course. And now, back it is on that far side. In fact, it is Sayers who's wearing 3, and it's Camp who's wearing 2 on this near side. Good work there by Henia Kamau. Does he win the throw? He doesn't. The Bulls certainly at it already. Expect to see a bit of physicality here from the Wanderers. Ball played across now to Frankham. Puts a foot on it, has a little look up. Good solid challenge from Curtis there. Showing Tauta Caballero that he's around. Also a familiar face. It looks like he's moved from Red Hill as well. So some of the players will be well accustomed to playing against the Bulls. 2 seasons ago, and the Bulls and Red Hill are locked in many a battle. Different situation this evening. He's taking his time there, Camp. Out on that far side and trying to get there his car, but he slips in the process, and a chance now to break down that far side, that left-hand flank. Needs to get a tackle in. Standing up is the Kane. Ball does come in into the middle. There's a header on it. Chance now, half cleared. Is it just? Well, the skipper Kere just watching it go past, but a good opportunity for Dorking and a corner for them, and they send up the big men from the back. Up goes Camp, up goes Philpott, but it's played short. Ball now does come in. Far post. Roche with a punch. Does well. Gets there through a crowd of players in front of him. Bodies everywhere. Roche does well. Gets 2 hands on it. Throw in though, near side. Camp again. Well, he's taking his time with the throw-in, but the referee's playing the new rules. The new rules is if it doesn't get thrown in 5 seconds, it's a turnover effectively, and it perhaps should have been there, delaying the game. back and across there to Philpott. Just trying to keep possession again. Camp now near side. Nice little touch there, flick on from Wood. Broken up by the Bulls. Ritzman now got a chance to turn away. Can he get through? And he gets brought down. Free kick will be given. Heavy challenge coming in there from Camp. Sliced down. Sliced in half nearly there. And it will be Jay Giles. Stand on the far side. Remains under reconstruction and repair. Not completely being reconstructed, of course, but not available yet. As the ball comes in, just for Mavala, not quite coming off. Hooked clear. Well, Curtis lets it bounce, and in the end, it was the right decision. Able to just watch it, bit of spin on it, and just put it into touch. Well, it has been really fast pace here so far this evening. Ball played back and across. As again, Jammer goes across, ball played through, but it's going to roll out for a goal kick for the Bulls. And so far, they've pretty much been toe for toe. Dorking not yet fully into their stride, but you can see there's some quality out there. A lot of orders being barked out. Ball going over far side, but not reaching anyone. Chance for Silver to have a little bit of a... And of course, it's Jordan Clark, who is the number 2. He was formerly of Red Hill, as the Bulls try to break here. Now, chance maybe. Well, Henry Kamau tries to get away. Well challenged in the end. Looks like it may well have come in, the challenge from Sayers. Henry Kamau goes down, maybe a little bit too easily for the referee. Back again it goes with Morris. You can hear the dulcet tones of Jordan Clark. Echoing around Springfield. Good touch there by Carr, but quickly dispossessed by Sayers. In the middle there is Barrett wanting it, doesn't get it. And again, keeping well. Good control here. Pressure though coming now, and a little bit of trouble there for Frankham. In fact, it's Barrett who's picked that one up, Frankham in the middle. And Jay Giles is going to get there, is he? He does, and he plays it off the back there. Really does well, Jay Giles. He just heads it onto the back of Camp. Some colourful language coming from below. They're just chipping away though. Dorking looking for that opening. Pierce sets himself. Good clearance from him towards Jay Giles. Gets a head onto it, but can't direct it in the right direction. Looking to get it through to Toby Ritzimer, who had a good game as well last weekend. A couple of good performances and just shifts put in. He was dangerous down that left-hand side. And it looks like he favours that kind of role. Of course, still Miguel Carvalho to come back, Lon Bickley to come back. So many players that the Bulls are not able to call on yet, but they've got some good depth in the squad this season, and plenty of the youngsters as we knew them, who are growing up and becoming more available as they get older. The McColgans, the Nixons, the Mackenzies, now squad players would like to get minutes. Well, Curtis again, good to see him back. Jamie Watling on the bench, of course. Harry Curtis and James Kerry equally could play at right back, so there's options. James Carr can sit in at left back as well. So the Bulls building that kind of double squad where you've got 2 players for every position who can do a job. Here's Jay Giles though, closed down. Good work there from Wood. Jama just getting a little bit of a nudge, nothing doing. And then the chance maybe a little bit of a hit and hope there, but it could be Ritzema who benefits from it. He's trying to get there. Ritzema's got some pace. He's going to get into the box. Just can he square it? He can. Well, is it still alive? Keep it. Well, is there a penalty? Referee has to have a look at that one. Well, the referee points for a goal kick, but it did look like James Carr was upended. We'd like to see that one back. James Carr was caught by the hand of Morris. It looks like it's going to be given as a corner, but questionable there whether or not. The dive from Morris upended Carr as the ball was loose. It's actually a throw-in. It's gone out that far wide, and then down goes Movalo. Quickly back up. Ritzema again causing problems. Giles trying to get there. And they are scrambling a little bit here, Dorking. Be really interested to see that one back, whether or not Morris did bring down Carr. That'll have to wait. Bulls do, though, this time have a chance. Looks like it is a corner. Henia Kamau will go across and take. Chance for him to bend one in. It's going to be classic in-swinging corner here. There's a little bit of movement in the box. Lumsden makes a run. Well, comes over the top of everyone in the end. Curtis waiting, but nothing doing. Racing through this first quarter of an hour. And a decent crowd in this evening to watch the Bulls on. Different challenge this season. Some of the old teams from a few years ago back in the league. Rains Park Vale being one of them. On ball forward again. Flag is up early there. Wood has drifted into an offside position. Putting that put back in the right place. Just knocks it back to Roche. He gets another touch, quickly releases it. A bit of pressure coming again. Carr getting clattered from behind there. Just plays it short. Kerry, well, thinks about it, then changes his mind. Movalo trying to cause problems for Sayers, but Sayers deals with the pressure. Thrown on the far side. Johnny LeCain getting forward. Could see him back as well. Good pressure again. This time Lumsden doing well there against Vincent. Throwing not going his way though. A bit of a lull there. Just on that far side. Finally, in it comes. Cross goes Lumsden. Ball's flicked forward. Movalo, can he get there? Gets a little bit of a touch, trying to get it through to Henia Kamau. Another touch there for Morris. He's not seen too much of it, but still, that moment ago, maybe we'll get to see that played back. Again, just calmly just caressing it across the back line and then looking for that outlet. They find it here now with Wood, who just cuts inside. Looks to switch play, switches it quickly, and there's a lot of space on that far side for Vincent. He's got LeCain for company. Vincent tries to get it in, gets a touch on it, takes a little bit of the pace out of it. Chance made for the Bulls to break, but Dorking not giving up, coming back in. Ball laid off. Nick Hadge, well, he tries to play it. Does he look for that far corner? I have to ask him, but it looked like he was just trying to bend one across there. There's the bullpen. Pretty busy this evening. A good summer's eve to be out watching the Jersey Bulls this evening. Looks like, is that Miguel Carvalho we see over there? Having a little look on. It's going to be Pierce Roche. And again, good clearance from the Bulls stopper. It's broken, but good challenge by Jama, using his strength this time, and he's not messing around there. Gets the shoulder in, puts it in on there, on Frankham. Frankham knows he'll be in a bit of a battle as Wood just getting right in the way there of Ritsema, but it's back with Dorking, it's back across. And it sits with Philpott. Camp now picks it up. It looks like he's got a little bit of a strapping on that left wrist, a bit of an injury. Oh, good challenge there, but not fairly according to the referee. Henry Kamau is penalised by Nigel Owen. Short ball again for Pybus, calling for Wood on this near side to make a run. He's going to make one. Giles goes across, will just shepherd him there. Oh, he's done well there though. Here comes Camp, squares it. Good touch from Curtis. It's going to be another corner, but it was vital that Harry Curtis got in. It was a little touch there to stop the ball getting through, as it was the run of Camp that was causing all kinds of problems. But it's going to be another corner here for the visitors. Quickly taken, but wasted. And easily into the arms of Pierce Roche. A lot of football to look forward to this season. League games, FA Cup games, FA Trophy as well. And that'll all start to unfold in the first few weeks of August. The Bulls so far holding their own. Again, back it goes to Camp. Well, may well be a hydration break, just waiting to see if there is one at 23. It's been warm, whether it's been that warm. Good play again. Frankham now squares it quickly to Pybus. It's good quick feet here from Dorking, and then spin and twist away there from Nikaj, but the Bulls break it up and then runs into trouble there. Does Toby Ritsema. Jama near side to Giles. That's the bend one round, trying to find Lavalo. Lavalo putting a lot of it shifted up front there, but not seeing too much of the ball, nothing really getting through to him. Very similar to last weekend. Good touch again on this near side. Back it is again with Frankham. Giles. Now Jama, is he caught? Nothing doing. Referee says play on. Pybus help clearing up. Cross goes Frankham. They've been very controlled, very disciplined in this first half of this first 45. Dorking just shading it possession-wise. A nice touch intended, but not reacted to.
Good Woody, good Woody.
Roche just rolls it out. Nikaj comes across, make sure he does clear it. And again to get Carr in down that side. Well, slice there. Up into what would be a packed Springfield stand, but still not quite ready. And we'll get another ball coming in. And again, Johnny LeCain looking for an option here. Another foul, but nothing doing. Not for the first time Carr's been dumped on the floor this evening. Oh, good play this time by Jama. Now Henry Kamau sweeping it out. Chance for Carr, tricks over one, flicks it back and inside. Coming there is LeCain. Back it goes. This time to Jama. Can he get the ball in? He can. Far post. Well, it's Morris is going to try and keep it in, and he looks like he has. No, he hasn't. The referee is pointing across. Linesman on the assistant on the far side looks like he's given that as a corner. So the Bulls get a chance here again to test Morris and the defence of the Wanderers. Henia Kamau again. Can he just deliver one? Can the Bulls make a run here? Goes towards the near post, flicked on. Well, it's not far away. It's Jack Lumsden who arrives. There's just probably enough done in front of him to just put him off. But that's a really good ball in by Henia Kamau. Lumsden arriving at the right time. The target not quite found this time. And the Bulls coming close to opening the scoring. Cat near side again with the count. Far side again. A bit of room there, stepping up well. James Carter shutting down. Inside again with Camp. Does get a bit of a space in the middle. Nice throw into Pybus. Back to Camp. Slow build up here. Just trying to make some yardage forward. Frankham. Nice dummy. Camp again. Blocked off by Jama. Goal kick is given. Well, it is going to be a drinks break. Chance for the players to take on some refreshments. Of course, with the heat, important to keep the fluids in. You can have a little look there at this chance coming in. Unable to turn it. But interesting to look back as well at what happened when Morris got involved slightly earlier than that. Did he actually foul Carr? Carr seemed to think he did. Well, the players all trying to make sure they get the fluids in. Of course, the heat brings a lot of sweat, very salted is that sweat. And they need to just get the liquids back on board. Mark White there, having a chat with his charges. They'll probably be slightly happier, although they haven't managed so far to breach the Bulls' goal, and the Bulls themselves have had a couple of chances. We shall see. Becoming the thing, isn't it, now? The hydration breaks, the summer heat. There's a familiar face on that far side. Karl Heinz looks on, a prolific scorer at local level football. A little bit of cut above the rest in terms of his goal tally. He's the creme de la creme of the Golden Boot. Outside of the Bulls' side, playing in the local leagues. Tonight, not having to run around too much, just the chance to have a little look. Flicked on there again, but not reaching his target by Ritzema. Trying to find Mavala, trying to get Mavala into the game. He's been a bit shut out. He'll keep running. Plenty of running in him as quickly at the other end. The ball's played across, and is it going to reach? Well, not before it's cleared. Well, danger there for the Bulls, but they managed to deal with it. Back again it comes. going out the far side.
Woody, great selection, mate.
Well, they seem pretty happy still on the Dorking bench. Skies it though. Up and under, which Nikaj will get there first. And the ball just not really coming under control. A little bit bitty here. Working hard there is Ritsema. Does he win it? He does. The ball's putting in rather good work this evening. They look a lot sharper. Extra week of training, extra bit of group work together. Well, definitely a foul there by Jay Giles. And then Curtis catching Nikaj. He's gone down there pretty easily. Nikaj is up though. Not got too much in the way of shin pad protection. He's got a couple of crisps down there, if anything. Wonder what flavour he's got there.
Come on, Bet. Good. Keep playing out of it. Good. Keep the best in the ball. Jarman, give us some depth if it goes. Keep it moving. Keep it moving, not long. Not long.
Oh, Mavalo just getting a challenge in, but Pybus evades him.
Get it over, Brent. Yes, George.
Just perhaps not getting the ball forward as quickly as they'd want to here, Dorking. The balls are making it hard for them. They're rushing around. They're... Ooh, chance now, but quickly there is Roche, and that was brave from the big man. Looked like Nikaj had just got the march on him, but he gets there. He gets two hands on it. And very close to getting caught there as well. Kere down the line, looking for the run of Bavala. Quickly across there is Sayers. Falls to Lumsden. Has a little look across the line, sees Giles. Quickly the press comes from the men in black there. Roche, not the best clearance, gets away with it perhaps. Wood again. Mavalo flicks it on, gets there ahead of Camp. Camp using the back of Mavalo. And now across the line to that left-hand side again from Sayers. Bit of movement here, bit of pace as well about it, and then the ball's not back in numbers. Carr getting back, doing a lot of work there. Does he foul? He does. Foul on Vincent. Free kick in a dangerous area here. Balls will put two in the wall. Kane and Carr. And again, they send numbers forward. Roche just has a little look at that near post. Just making sure that wall is lined up. In it comes towards the near post. Good header there. And a chance for Jama. Back it goes though to Tata Caballero, who's doing the defensive duties. Gets it back again.
This side.
Again with Camp.
Don't get bored of it.
Jordan Clark seems happy with what he's seeing. Oh, it's a good bit of play there. Cuts inside now, but maybe just a little bit too much on it there. Too much from Vincent, but they keep it alive. And Johnny LeCain working hard there. Oh, just the header in time. Kere this time. Camp, can he get the cross in? He can. Does he go for the... Well, it looks like he might well have gone for the far post, and in the end he's put too much on it. And it drifts over and away from Piers Roche. Oh, Roche waiting for the ball to come back in. Over half an hour played now. We had the added time for the water break. Hydration. And still there's no score here at Springfield Stadium. This time Roche puts the left boot through that, flicked on. Again, it just doesn't find the target. There's no direction there from Ritzema. Back to just that little ball across the back. Waiting for a little bit of space, looking for a little bit of a run here. This time, switching it to the near side where Wood is there, but Giles equally at it. You can just perhaps sense there's a little bit of frustration coming from the visitors who are trying to find a way through. They've got a chance maybe here with Frankham. Falls now to Camp. Jammers there. Back in from Pybus, flicked on. Played by Curtis. Lavala getting impeded again. It's not the first time, but Philpott is in the way this time. Foul is given. We've got a long season ahead of us. We go with the league in August. All the way through. How far can the Bulls go this season? Can they get into the playoffs? What targets will Elliot Powell have set? And what new challenges lie ahead? Well, for now, the challenge they face is the one in front of them. And that's Dorking Wanderers. Camp. Just nicely caressing it across the back there. Slowly but surely, Bulls not giving much here, not giving the obvious easy ball, making them work for it as the ball has to be route one. Well, it's a nice touch and a chance now. It's Wood, he squares it. Well, it's going to be a corner. That was a good ball. It didn't look to be in the first instance, but it was the run of Wood. And another corner for Dorking. Well, they're numbering 3 now, first half. And this time looks to swing it away from Roche with Barrett on his right boot. Bending it away, looking for the head there. Just touch on it there. This time by Lacane. Back it comes though. Bit of interest far post. Camp, does he get a nudge there? Well, assistant on the near side here. Flag is up. Free kick is given. Chance to Cambervallo now. Put a bit of pressure on. Just enough on that there from Philpott. Camp again. A bit of a burst there by Pybus. To Sayers, now through the middle. Here comes Tata Caballero trying to square it for Nick Adge. It's going to be another corner though. Well, the first time we've seen the number 12, Seb Tata Caballero, getting forward. Ball's up to it. Going across though is Barrett. He'll swing this one in. Towards a penalty spot, headed away there by Curtis. Ball's clear. Nobody there, but it's going to be a bit of a foot chase here. Jarman's coming across. Good touch. Tata Caballero plays it forward. Ball goes out. It's going to be a ball's throw. Giles looks to go back, but forward it comes now. Henry Kamara, shirt pull there. Oh, the pressure coming. The other side managed to get a shot off, maybe one that tests the keeper as we go into the last few minutes. Still a few to go, 7 or so in this. Will be added, we'll probably be at 10 minutes before the break. And it's stalemate here. Giles, long throw down the line. Navarro gets a touch, so does Tata Caballero. Back it comes though. Still going forward, it goes back to Morris. Now with Sayers. Well, there's certainly no rush this evening by Dorking. They're just taking their time. They're grinding it out here. Ball again looking down that left flank. Flag is up though. Ball's holding the line well and just stepping up at the right time here. Well drilled, well organised. That's Kere. Well, the sun just shining a little bit across Springfield, just catching some of the players' eyes. Navarro with a header. Carr now, can he get, can't quite find any room past Vincent. Well, again, there's a delay with the throw-in. Not sure that's going to be allowed in the league season. The cane there, flicked on by Mavarlo. Henry Kamau can't get there. Curtis can. Flick back again forward. The ball's trying to keep possession, trying to get some yardage here, and the organisation for Dorking is good. Jama there, just beaten to it by Wood, but Jama not giving up, sticking with him. Still giving him plenty to think about. Dorking again, just trying to turn up the heat here, trying to just go through the gears. You feel that they're just slowly shifting, just trying to add a little bit of something extra here. Now turn inside, nice play there by Barrett. Good challenge again though, this time it's Lumsden's shirt is pulled. Surely it's Nick Adge, it's blatant in front of the referee. Free kick given, and just probably realised that there was a chance for the Bulls to break out there, and just to protect his back line, Nick Adge took one for the team. Carr can't get there as Vincent covers, but it's going to be a throw-in. And again, slow delivery here from the reload of that throw-in, and the Bulls trying to get a bit of pressure on. Jama running hard, Frankham now. Again on this near side is Wood. Inside there to Barrett. Nice little back heel, quick switch by Camp across the line. Sayers. Vincent again hugging that touchline. Getting, it's won the throw in. 2 on him though. Carr and LeCain. Carr doing the job at the back there. Long ball forward. And again, just doesn't quite reach the head of Barrett. You can see what they're trying to do. Not having quite yet hit their stride completely here, Dorking. And the Bulls so far soaking up the pressure. Bit short ball there for Ritzema, but he does well. And now Mavarlo trying to peel off the shoulder there. Can Mavarlo sneak in? He can't quite get back and across his Sayers, who plays it back to Morris, who's had very much a spectator role to play in this first half. Had a few touches, but not had much to do. Pretty underworked. As the ball again, trying to play it through to Nick Adge, but Kerry is there, and a belated flag goes up on this near side. Now that on this near side with that multicoloured flag, that yellowy orange, a little bit of like a roast chicken flavoured crisps packet colour, that mix between those two. Not quite yellow, not quite red, just a little bit of that orangey kind of colour, but the Bulls just can't get it through. A lovely bit of skill there by Vincent, and he's upended in the end, but it's been tough for the Bulls to find the final pass. They've struggled to get it through.
Ball moving, Dan! Ball moving! Keep it moving!
The Bulls still neck and neck here. Another long ball is the option. Giles, though, gets the head on it. And he does well because he gets enough on it that Wood can't get in through the back door. But it's another corner, and they certainly are ratcheting up now for the visitors this evening.
Stay there! Woody and Vinny, stay there!
A few minutes still left. Hydration break will add a couple of minutes onto that. Ball comes in, far post is the target. And again, there's just a little bit of lack of quality, that ball coming in there from Vincent. Just puts a little bit too much on it and bends it over. Well, not anything really for the crowd to cheer about yet, but a few of them on the far side enjoying a couple of beers. And why not? Lopez Roche takes his time. Headed back there. Nica's just holding it up. McCain looking again to release it. This time Mavalo down that line. He's got a bit of support here. Can he just get a ball through to Carr? He's doing well here. Good skill by Daryl Mavalo. Nice touch. Better from the Bulls. Comes back to Kane. He's being pulled by Tata Caballero. Surely. Oh, finally. Well, it looks like the foul's gone against the Bulls here, which is unusual. As Camp now looks to bring it down the line here, just waiting now. Finds a nice touch to Wood. Wood has been tracked though. Good play there. Jay Giles and Lumsden. Giles hacked down though from behind. Well, is the referee gonna? Well, it looks like he may be actually given a caution. He looked like he was going to, but he does. So the first foul of the evening that ends in a bookable offence. There's been a few, to be fair, but it's a cumulative effect. And the referee dishes out the first yellow to match his top this evening. Bulls got a chance, have they, into the added time in this first half. Looking for the far post, looking for Kane, who can't quite get there. Maybe a half chance to break here for Dorking. Well, has he kept onside, or is the, well, it looks like he has. It's Nick Adge, it's Kerry getting back. Ball comes in, shot goes across the face of the goal. Does Roche get a touch? No. Well, Kerry did have a little look across the line there. He was hoping to see a flag up, but the assistant on this near side didn't. Probably about a minute left of this first half. The Bulls have been much better this evening. Dorking have not found it easy. Whether they'll bring some changes at half time. They've got a number on the bench. And that is it. Mr. Owen's seen enough for the first half. It's goalless here at Springfield Stadium. Neither side able to break the deadlock. Couple of chances, but nothing really testing either Roche or Morris. And that's it for half time. We'll see you after the break. Well, the players are out for this second half. Hopefully we'll be seeing something that will just liven the game up a little bit. It's been a bit cagey in that first 45. Both sides just happy to stop each other getting too much possession or threatening goal, and perhaps just on balance you'd say the Wanderers did a little bit more. But a chance, of course, in the second half for the Bulls to get their campaign this pre-season off with a win. They haven't had it so far. They were beaten, of course, last week, but they got a chance tonight. You feel there's just something there for them, as Dorking may well make some changes, as will the Bulls perhaps in this second half. But it's Daryl Mavalo who gets us underway, and an early touch for Pierce Roche. Another long ball which Camp will go for, and he gets a solid header on. Tauta Caballero. Quick ball down the line, looking for Nikaj, but as we saw in the first half, that final ball just not reaching its intended target, maybe just not having enough of the quality that's required of it, as we see a couple of the Jersey Bulls players not in action tonight. Ian van der Vliet and Luke Watson on the far side. Enjoying looking on. Just getting a little bit more rest from their campaign from last season. Can't quite get that ball to Carr as Sayers is there first. And back it is with Sayers. And it's been a composed back four with Sayers, Philpott, Camp. Often playing really with three at the back. Switching it now to that far side again with Wood, who saw a lot of the ball in the first half, but well marshalled by Jay Giles. Stretching, but getting the ball through there, through to Frankham, and then Barrett. Ball inside, back to Barrett now, just a little ball outside, and Vincent there. Carr is back helping out again, gets a bit of a touch on that one. Frankham, pressured there by Henia Kamau, is Pybus. And back it goes. Looking at it again along the back three. Pybus just playing a little bit of a kind of a holding role perhaps in the middle. Ahead of them is a chance for Vincent now as he's going to run against John McCain. John McCain getting the burners on. John McCain did really well to stop the cross and to stop the ball going out for a corner. But a bright start here by Dorking, second half. Nikaj makes a roof, does get the ball. Well, Vincent tries the flick, can't get through. Johnny LeCain just a little drag back there, and tenacious Vincent. Good play from the Bulls here. Henia Kamau doing well. Jammer now. Giles. Henia Kamau again. Can he get this going forward? Can he get the ball through? He's got Ritzema now, cuts inside, bit of space for London. One touch more, you think, for LeCain. LeCain, will he take the shot? LeCain from distance, drives it! Well, it's a first real save for Glenn Morris in the Dorking goal. Always fancied Johnny LeCain to try one from there, and he put a bit of power in it, but he hit it straight down the throat of Morris, who comfortably collects it. But much better from the Bulls, and it's that quick break coming from Sami Henia Kamau, sprinting the ball, getting it out there. And the overrun of LeCain, but definitely promising as Giles again just has a look. Nice little shimmy and a dummy there. And the Bulls play it out with Curtis and Giles, and this is already better from the Bulls. It looks a little bit more compact, it looks a little bit more thought out. There's more runs. There's Lumsden again. Good touch, Henia Kamau getting himself available. And then the final ball doesn't get through to Ritzema, but there's definitely more sharpness about the Bulls at the start of this second half. I fancy if they could get a goal, if they could just sneak one, just make Dorking think a little bit. But a long, long way to go. Sliding tackle, but interception from Lumsden. Carry back and across again. Goes route one, puts it out. Vipers again. Now Camp. A bit too much on it for Tata Caballero. Camp across. Gets caught in the challenge. Play on, says the referee. Ball's lovely up reverse to Nikaj. Will Roche get there? He does. Sliding in, and at the feet there of Nikaj, it looked like he might have just got there first, but a save time to perfection. Johnny LeCain again. This time he goes down the middle. It's a chance on overlap. Good run by Carr. Carr, can he get into the box? He can. Can he square it? He does. Anyone arriving? Back it comes. Lumsden leaves it. Shot comes in. Blocked there in the middle by Philpott as Lumsden follows up. And that certainly looked goal-bound, and but for diving Philpott, that may well have been on target. Well, it's going to be a corner. And the Bulls starting this second half far better than they were in the first half. They're starting to cause problems at opening space, and that's the key as they deal with this corner. Dorking swung in here by Henia Kamau. In it comes, far post, looking there for Curtis, back post, does he get it across the line? The Bulls claim it's gone in. The assistant doesn't seem to raise the flag, and somehow the ball that looked like it had gone in, Bulls thought it had, assistant doesn't see it, and it is a goal kick. Now, can hear from the Bulls thinking it was about a yard over. No drone cam today, so we'll be able to see if that has crossed the line, but drone not yet ready to fly. But we'll be back for the start of the season. A little rattle perhaps, Dorking here. Had it mainly their own way first half. They're trying to get forward again here, but it's LeCain who just gets a touch on it. Oh, the flag is up again, far side. The ball's definitely grown into this game. Had a storm in the first half that they had to weather, but certainly an intense 45. And now Mavalo, well, he's somehow come down with it and then steps on it. And then Lumsden just getting hold of Frankham. A little bit too much. Free kick given. I just wanted to get on, does so. Mavalo will just jog across, trying to get to Philpott. Rolls it out to Camp. Forward he goes, Camp again. Sayers. Good touch again from Carr. You can definitely see the makings of a Bulls side here. Majama there just battling. Free kick given. Well, the play on there would have been the better option as James Carr is fouled. The referee decides to call it. Maybe the Bulls had a bit of an advantage. Getting some confirmation that that shot the Bulls claimed across was a long way over. Should have been given, but it wasn't. Chance maybe now to quickly bite back here and get another chance. LeCain arriving. Lumsden. Now LeCain, little touch. One more touch. Surely now, Kamau. Surely, down he goes. Is he fouled? Referee, nothing doing. Well, Samuel Kamau was looking for it a little bit, but the Bulls, you thought, were just about to take the lead there, and somehow, again, Dorking scramble, and well, Mavalo's done well, but Looks like a bit of a foul on Morris. Well, they're certainly feeling the heat in this second half. Our Dorking, it was not this way in the first, and there's a rejuvenated Bulls side in this second half. What has been said has certainly worked. Elliot Powell knows how to work a bit of magic. Somehow finds a way to get his side going. Got to be defensive here, though. In it comes, far post. Roche gets a touch just in the nick of time to deflect it away from Vincent. Johnny Kane will thump it forward. Mavalo goes across, down goes Carr. Well, it's like 10-pin bowls, bodies flying up and down. And the game is alive, that's for sure. 10 minutes into this second half. Long ball switched across by Barrett. Looking for the touch there of Wood, who's not seen much of it in this first 10 minutes, or a lot of it in the first half down that right flank, but certainly in the second. Chance maybe here to get forward, tries to square it, covered off there by Ritzma, arriving his turn to Cabana. What a challenge coming in there. Jay Giles has timed it to perfection. Well, it's a corner, but it could have been so much more, but for Jay Giles' intervention. As the ball just breaks inside, and Jay Giles absolutely spot on with the challenge. Real class from the Bulls left back. In comes the corner though, near post, flicked away by Lumsden. And back it goes to Morris. So it's definitely a different tone, a different tempo to this game in this second half as subs for the Wanderers warming up. See what changes are in store. Vincent with the throw. Philpott has to check. To Sayers. Pybus. Pressure come from Jan. So ball over, intended for the run, but cut out. And now the ball's a chance. Mavalo now, a little bit of space down this right-hand side. He's got company from Philpott. He's going to have to do a lot of work here. He's holding it up. He's been wrestled down, surely. Well, Mavalo's gone down. He was manhandled there, but nothing seems to be doing. Free kick hasn't been given. Throw in has. Well, apparently that's not a foul, which is interesting. And if that's the level, then the Bulls are going to have to get used to that kind of thing. Flicked on by Nikaj. Kerry looking to give him Mavalo, who's coming back from an offside position, so the flag is up.
Come off it, mate.
Short ball again. Pybus. Tata Caballero. Ritzma closing it down. Philpott again. Slow here from Dorking. Good tackle again. Kere. Free kick goes against. And then Henia Kamau getting involved. Well, Nikaj. And Mavalo says, what do you do to my mate? And there's a bit of handbags here and a bit of glad rags, and Mavalo's not stepping away, and Nikaj isn't stepping away, and smiling away is Daryl Mavalo. And Henia Kamau, and there's pushing and a shoving and a lot of not loving. Well, it is a little bit silly, but Daryl Mavalo just saying, calm down, mate. And he's certainly won maybe a little bit of a battle there. Yellow card's been given. Not sure who that's. It looks like it's gone to Harry Curtis, but interested to know what for. Unless a bit of 50-50 there, you'd think. Whether something was said, the referee will know, but a card apiece. Well, there's definitely suddenly a little bit of niggler. Maybe that's just a bit of frustration from Dorking, who are not having it perhaps their own way. They maybe thought they would have had it a little bit easier than this, but the Bulls have certainly been a match so far. Back it goes. Pybus again. And it is frustration, you can hear it.
Lock it up! Lock it up!
Vincent. Switch to the far side, Giles is there, nice touch.
Good ping!
And again, that one doesn't quite make it to Mavalo. Across comes Camp. And they just build again, slowly but surely. Oh, Chanu's going in again. This time it's Jama. The referee says play on. Jama there. Nick Hadji involved again. Nice play from him, though, as he gets it down the line. A chance maybe here for Dorking. Can they square it? They can. Shot blocked. Well, no. Sliding in is Kerry, but he does enough that the shot that does come in from Frankham is over the bar. Doesn't trouble Roche. And pretty comfortable, really, in the end. Well, of course, they are a step two side. This is the little replay coming in there, and it is with Frankham, who Kerry goes down, but it's enough to put Frankham off. Well, substitution is coming. Substitution not made yet. Calmly done by Philpott. Camp again, the cowbells are ringing in the bullpen. Close on this near side is Frankham, but Pybus goes a different route with Tata Caballeros having to work hard to get back, to get on the ball. Philpott. Cat and mouse being played here. There's Dorking trying to find that killer ball. Maybe a chance here now. Well, in the way is Johnny LeCain. Lovely back heel. Chance now for a bit of space and then brought down. Well, there has been a change from the Bulls. And on is Casey Nixon. Wearing 8. Gets fouled. Tries to make the run there and then doesn't reach Henry Camaros, just stands in the way of Pybus. It's just interesting to see. It looks like it may well be James Carr who's gone off, and Casey Nixon is filling in on this right-hand side. He's going to get a good half an hour to show his class, his skills. Right now, that's defensively as he slips coming back. Vincent working there with Frankham inside to Pybus. Again, a bit of a heavy touch there in the middle.
Bring Sanka with you.
Switch to the far side. I can hear that there will be some changes, plenty coming. Looks like Francis Lekimamati and maybe Fraser Barlow are being ready for the Bulls as Tata Caballero to Pybus. Looking again on this near side. Better here, Tata Caballero tries to get it onto the left foot, then blocked off by Lumsden. Far post it comes, anybody arriving? Ball headed back and across, and it's there! Well, it's paid off in the end. The goal scorer is Camp. It's Brennan Camp with a header, and it just loops and dips over the top of the outstretched arm of Piers Roche. And the pressure has paid off. The crispness in the build-up, the switching of the ball. It was Tata Caballero. Looked like he'd run into a bit of trouble here, but in the end, he just delivers it for Vincent, who's inch-perfect cross, finding Camp at the far post, who just loops it over the outstretched Piers Roche. And Dorking Wanderers have got the first goal. It's come in the second half, and it's come in the 65th minute. And the scorer is Brennan Camp. Well, wondered where the goal might come. It looked for the first 20 minutes of this second half that maybe the Bulls who would get that lead. And maybe they did, in fact, but we still will never know until we get a chance maybe to replay. The goal didn't get given, and now it's the Bulls who trail. How quickly will they react? Nixon there being shielded and held off it. Looking again for Mavalo. Back and across his Philpott. Mavalo sliding in, heavy challenge. Nothing doing, play on. Oh, Mavalo happy to throw himself around. Well, certainly probably stay in the mind of Philpott for the rest of this game. 25 minutes. Tata Caballero again. Well, they've got the goal, and now just want to keep control. Pybus again across the back line, just looking for Camp, the goal scorer.
Step right in, Charlie, step right in. Get him to jump, get him to jump. There you go.
Forcing the Bulls back again. Here it is with Vincent, the outlet that delivered the cross. Tata Caballero again. Now to Pybus. This is looking a little bit more ominous for the Bulls, but that ball is just a little bit too much on it and enough for Kere to get across. Here's Roche. Unlucky to get beaten. It was just that perfect looping header. It was directed back and across the keeper, which is always going to be difficult. It's just got enough dip on it, which it had. There's not a lot he could do. Well, it's going to be another change. Looks like the Bulls are going to make a change as well. Tata Caballero involved with the build-up to the first goal. Back and across now to Philpott. And they're certainly keeping their shape here, Dorking. Again, looking for Vincent. Vincent on the outside, brings it down well. Kane is across. Kane just shielding him and gets a little touch in. Breaks it up for now. Now Pybus. Sayers. Again looking for that ball in. Easy this time for Piers Roche. Jama. Oh, Ritzema. Not seen too much of him in this second half. This time now, chance to break through. Can he get past? He can. He gets it to Hedir Kamau. Ritzema continues to run. Hedir Kamau's got a bit of work to do, trying to get away from Wood. Hedir Kamau, can he get in the box? Can he get away? Can't. Wood does well. Blocks the door. Puts the wood in it, you could say. Bulls keep it. Now Lumsden. Down that left-hand side. Across comes Tata Caballero. In it comes from Giles. In the middle, surely. No, can't get there. Nixon. Mavala goes down in the box. Bulls look to recycle it here. They're going backwards, though, and then Kere comes across. Flicked on by Ritzema, but it's going to be easy for Camp, who lets it roll out. Well, what they've been really good at, Dorking, is just letting the heat go out the moment, just allowing that little bit of a breather as they look to get control again. Bulls looking to Camp in their half for a bit more, though. Giles getting forward, well over the halfway line there, Jay Giles. Nice touch there from Curtis. Now Ritzema going on one of those runs. Is he brought down? No. He's quickly across is Nixon, and then he's manhandled by Vincent, and the free kick goes in the favour of Casey Nixon this time. Good play from the youngster, battling hard there, wasn't giving up. Quick ball forward now. Hedir Kamau takes the shot, hits it straight at Morris, and you just wonder, did he have a little bit more time than he thought there? You can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to get a little bit of a whip on it as he hit across the ball. But in the end, it was just too straight. Well, the Bulls are hustling. They're bustling. Trying to muscle it as well. Lumsden putting a bit of pressure on, this time with Barrett. No pressure though felt by Dorking. Long ball, Pybus searching out for Vincent again, who's seen a lot of that ball, and this time foul by LeCain. Probably be a yellow card. Yeah, it will be a yellow card. Referee just trying to remind himself which pocket he had it in. Johnny LeCain gets a card. Just blatant obstruction there from Johnny LeCain. He had no real choices. Vincent has been the threat this second half. A free kick is quickly taken. The Bulls are a bit of a sleep. Vincent with the shot, rising over, but the Bulls just nearly caught napping there as quick free kick was taken. Calls for a water break here. 25 minutes gone, and it is called. Well, there's going to be some changes. We can see coming on. Looks like Ted Sullivan, number 15, just readying himself. Oh, the rest of the players get the break. And we see maybe Francis Lecky-Mamati, Fraser Barlow, and of course there's other options out there for Elliot Powell. He's got Sean McCollum, Jamie Watling, and Harry Mackenzie. I'll get a chance to see that goal again. It's a nice little drag back there, Tad Carey, but it's the ball in. It just drops nicely onto the head of Camp, and he steers it perfectly back and across into that far corner. Well, it's not been a walk in the park for this Step 2 side, that's for sure. It's been difficult, certainly in this second half. The Bulls have done everything they can to make it that way. Well, looks like there may be a change. Lawrence to be coming on, and Bareka has got 29 on his back. Looks like he may be getting in, or just part of the huddle here. And are we going to see the backup goalkeeper, Max Foltz? There were options. And we see there just in picture wearing 8, Casey Nixon, who's started well since he came on. There's some good touches. Bulls still trail. Piers Roches is carrying on, no change. Harry Gladish looks like he's going to keep that bench warm this evening. Not that he needs to keep particularly warm, it's a warm July evening, but we're seeing Jamie Watley, we're seeing Fraser Barlow, we're seeing Shawnee McColgan. So changes are being rung here by Elliot Powell and his team. It looks like Francis Lecky-Mamati, so the bench being unloaded here for the Bulls. Watling, McColgan, Nixon is already out there, Lecky-Mamati and Barlow. So significant changes to the makeup of this Bulls side. And just to see where they're all going to go to. Well, it looks like Mavalo has gone off. Henia Kamau equally may well have had his run out this evening. Watling will sit in at the back. Looks like Barlow's going to left back. Kerry will stay at centre back. Coming across to right back, as we said earlier, Curtis. So it's Watling on that left-hand side. The Bulls player of the season last season. An unbelievable entrance from him, and has now got the number 5 shirt. So Luke Campbell, who retired, doesn't get to keep the number, but it's being worn now by someone who could equally be as legendary potentially for this Bulls side as Luke Campbell has been in the past. Well, Jalmer's still going. He's out there and he's battling hard down that left-hand side. Can't get any truck though. Well, Lecky-Mamati looks like he's gone into a forward role. McColgan into the middle. Can the Bulls get something here? Taking their time again, and they've looked composed all the way through. It looks like Sayers, calm as you like. Touch inside there for Bareka. You can hear them calling for shorter passes, and that's where they've perhaps just not been quite as good as they would have been, Dorking, or wanted to be, because keeping it short, you're keeping possession of the ball. When you play that longer ball, you have the chance to just let the balls intercept, and that's when you're playing this kind of three at the back that they have been most of this game. That can leave you a little bit exposed.
Keep progressing the ball though. Keep progressing the ball.
And it's Sayers again. Back inside to Lawrence. In fact, it's Sullivan wearing 15. Now Sayers. Looks like Phil Potter's given way. Pybus may also have. Just having a look across. But there's no change to the way they play. Sullivan now. Across to Camp. He's still out there. Barreca ahead of him. Camp just holding it. Taking valuable seconds off the clock. Here comes Sayers. Nearly overshows it there. Lovely touch. Looking for Vincent again this time. Coming from Nikaj. Nice idea. Not the outcome they wanted. So running there is... looks like it is Barreca who's just trying to get forward. There we go. A no shirt. I wonder if that is that Finn McIntyre. With the no shirt, and then down goes. Oh, it's Lumsden who just gets caught there. A few seagulls flying around Springfield. Lights are coming on. A little bit of readjustment of the camera as well. Just looks like we've just lost the picture momentarily, but we'll get that back for you. Just running out of a little bit of juice, so as soon as we can, we'll be back and live. Season, and it's due to the unavailability of the stand, but we look like we're back, we look like we're live, and as ever, Bulls media team is evolving, trying to bring you different angles, a better production, getting you ready for the league season. Another journey, another long battle, another 40-odd games ahead of us. Depending on cut runs, could get to 50 for the season of 2026-2027. A long road ahead. But at the moment, they're equipping themselves well against this Dorking Step 2 side. As Roche lets it bounce through ahead of Nikaj. Well, on up front is Lawrence, by the looks of it, wearing 25 for the Wanderers. Good play there. Dan Garton, Dave Kennedy. Look on. Elliot Powell.
You two, just keep it.
And you can hear the orders coming from the other side of the dugout. Just keeping the ball. Of course, keep the ball. And the Bulls don't get it. And Dorking will take the win. But at the moment, Bulls just holding their shape. Lovely little ball again. Vincent has been the danger. Curtis goes down, taken out. Will have been Lawrence. Just caught him there. Another week comes to an end. Your first Friday night football as well of the new season, the pre-season. The Bulls very much at the races in the second half. As Watling just standing up and is covered across lovely there by James Kerray. He sees the bit of danger there. Interested to see how those two will work together this season. Likely to be the back pair, you think, Kere and Watling. But options available. Back with Sayers again. Just taking their time again.
Stay out of it, Jake. Keep it. Stay safe.
Well, it looks like it's James Sunley who hadn't been on this. No, don't hadn't been on the team sheet, but it looks like James Sunley's out there wearing 10. So that's another good sign for the Bulls. Very skillful player. Perhaps doesn't get the return sometimes in terms of goals and shots on target, but you feel that when he gets one, he'll get a hatful. Again, Dorking just controlling this football now, just playing it across nicely, keeping possession, doing what they've been instructed to do. Again with Sayers on this list. I think for the last 10 minutes here, there'll be a little bit of course added on for the water break. But you can't imagine the referee will want to keep the players out there too long. It's a warm evening. They won't want too much extraneous workload. It's all about fine-tuning. It's not about overdoing it. There's a little bit of a hand involved there, but nothing given. And Dorking again win it back. We think with McIntyre with no number on the back, maybe they just ran out of money for the printer. Or maybe it just didn't print. But very comfortable now, look. Dorking, when they've got the ball at feet, the Bulls are just sitting back. You can see that, nobody really putting pressure on. A little bit of a move there by Nixon, spread to the far side. Oh, dispossessed, here comes chance for Nickad, straight to the shot. Good save at the near post there from Piers Roche. Full stretch to his left. Does well to keep it at 1-0. Parries it away as well, but it's back again. Just see, this is where the shifting gears is coming, as the Bulls are just a little bit in reverse. Understandably so. Ball change is made now. Barlow will go across, doesn't need to. Wood doesn't get there. But definitely a reshaped side here. The one thing you can say for the Bulls, it's the third outing, and Gladish is going to get a go. Roche has had a good 80 minutes here. Harry Gladish will get 10. But the Bulls looking resplendent in their new home kit. The Adidas strip, the all red. And in fact, it's going to be McIntyre come on. So whether 16 may well be more or less. Hard to know, but he's certainly got numbers less than he should have. So it's going to be Finn McIntyre coming on. So another change. This time it's Sayers who's had a good shift. Mati just caught there, goes down. Barlow with the throw-in. Barlow just back to McColgan. Camp gets forward, the Bulls nearly sneak it away, but back it is again. And then sitting in at left back is Vincent, who's been the biggest threat for Dorking in this second half down the left-hand flank, but he's now dropped back into left back. There's another seagull flying across, enjoying themselves this evening. Watch out if you got an ice cream. They are absolutely deadly. Any food, they are after it. Whatever you may have. Particularly like the old prawn cocktail. The fishy flavoured kind of snacks. But they don't mind a bit of ice cream either. Well, if this finishes 1-0, the Bulls can be very happy with the performance. Still a chance maybe to sneak an equaliser, but it is looking now that it's more a case of not conceding again. Maybe just trying to counter here. Battle there with Lekin Mamati. Vincent now sitting across the back.
Press the ball and then keep it.
Again, just taking time off the clock, running it down as we get towards the last 5, plus the time to be added for the drinks break. Of course, the balls will be in action, but it won't be brought live. They're off to France for a little pre-season friendly next week. Won't be broadcast, international broadcasting rights not allowing that to be brought to you, but we will be back soon thereafter. And I'll be in, as always, advertised on all the Bulls outlets, Bulls webpage, and the various social media platforms. So keep an eye out for the confirmed next fixture. It will be at least 2 weeks' time. Once again, this time Tauta Caballero putting a bit of pressure on Barlow, who does well. Camp, though, bursting forward. He's full of running since he scored that goal. He's bursting through. And then Watling goes down. Now, we haven't yet seen a bundle for Barlow. Wood, who goes across. Throwing in that far corner. Tauta Caballero trying to skip away, does well. Pressed hard though. Back to Camp, whipped in. Watling with the header, just gets into the right place. McColgan battling. Tauta Caballero has done well. Tries to play it through the legs there of McColgan. Throw in though is the outcome. Short throw. Dorking go in search of a second. Back it comes. More than happy just to keep working it across the back. Not trying to do anything too fancy. The only danger they will have is just playing a short pass and allowing maybe Lekin Mamati or Nixon to just sneak in. But again, talking about keeping the play close, keeping the passing short, and that's good advice as it's back again with Sullivan in Camp. It's a little bit of a walk in the park until it switched to that far side. Should be easy for Barlow, heads it forward. McKenzie on there, battling for it, back it goes, and again, Morris in this second half has had a couple of saves to make, a little bit more than he had to do in the first half, but he's, for this last 20 or 30 minutes, he's really just been a statue looking on. Sunday now. Oh, Bulls have given it away, and maybe a chance now if they can get the numbers forward. Here comes McIntyre, tries to cut inside. Curtis does well. Tauta Caballero, nice offload. Moore, good ball through, sliding in is Kere, gets there just in the nick of time again. Nick Hadge is there. Curtis does well, plays it forward. And then a little shimmy by Vincent, using all his nous there, just to drop the shoulder. Well, if it does end up 1-0, you'd say it's a fair reflection. And again, far side.
Johnny, up we go. Let's go. Shut up. Up we go. Hurry up. Higher. Get with it then. Get with it then.
Well, still, Elliot Powell wanting his team to keep working hard as Barlow is beaten. Tauta Caballero now. What comes Watling across, does well again. How many times have we seen that last season? How many times are we going to see it this season as Watling just knows where to be? A little bit of a foul there, is it on Jama? Not given. Back inside, battle is on, chance maybe, shot coming, blocked. And Nikaj can't get there, Watling can, and he hooks it clear. And the Bulls get away with it. Well, you can see that Dorking would like a second. As we run into the last minute of normal time. We know there's some additional minutes coming. It's the time for the Bulls to get up the other end one more time. Got a bit of defensive work to do here. Barlow clips it forward. Jama now again, back it comes. Watling is there, puts a foot on it, has a little look up. Oh, and then trying to play his way out of trouble there. Samir McColgan in the end gets a little bit lucky, but maybe he just played it off a Dorking player. Now Kerry, is there a chance to get forward? Into 90 and added time now. Through the 90 minutes we've gone. McIntyre back again. Vincent having to go back. Becky Mamati trying to run it down. So is Nixon. Nixon a little bit late. Curtis now trying to get there. Curtis doesn't get there. Jama does. Forward comes Barlow in the middle. Down goes Leki Mamati, taken out there by Camp. The ball's still going. Can they work it across? Mackenzie tries. Has he got the corner? Looks like he has, and there'll be a scramble here to try and get this ball played in. Suddenly goes across. Can the ball snatch it? Can they get this goal? Can they catch out Dorking? Suddenly trying to find a bit of space, trying to find a little bit of an angle. Back it comes to Barlow, to Kere. That's the obvious one. Kere now wants to clip it back in. He does, looking for that far side. Mackenzie is going to have to try and get there. He can't. Well, the referee's going to have a look at the whistle. Perhaps now, looks at the watch. Whistle still not near his lips, so he's not yet ready to blow up. And on reflection, it's been a good outing for the Bulls. They've certainly dusted themselves off since the defeat last weekend against Dulwich. And a much sharper, a much more organised performance this evening against the Step 2 Dorking side. Big up and under from Sunley. There's a bit of a chase on here, too much on it. Straight out it goes, and out the ground as well. Well, a lot to take from these couple of games. Certainly contrast in terms of the Bulls' performance. They were not really at the races last week, but today they've battled, they've fought hard. They're not going to get the result, but they've certainly shown some really good, certainly defensive work. Just not quite had the cutting edge going forward without the big man, Lorne Bickley, up there to feed off. And of course, the magician as well. But Henry Kamau putting a decent shift in. Jama has as well. Kere never lets anyone down at the back. And Jay Giles, stellar performance from him. Well, into the last few seconds, the dying embers of this evening. Well, another weekend off for the players. I see Dorking trying again. Here comes Nikaj. Does well, runs it across. Still going. Here it comes. Shot comes in. Well, is that Gladish with a fingertip save? Well, it may well have been, but the referee doesn't allow play to continue. He blows up for the final time this afternoon, this evening. It is finished here, Jersey Bulls 0, Dorking Wanderers 1. A good performance from the Jersey Bulls as the players shake hands and make their way across. It's been a good performance by the Bulls. They're defeated by the solo goal from Brennan Camp on 62. Dorking take the spoils, but the Bulls certainly looking good with more pre-season off to France for them. We'll see you when we're back in a couple of weeks. We hope you enjoyed watching it. The Bulls are beaten, but only by the narrowest of margins. We'll see you.